Welcome back, crew. The captain's here and speaking. We have patch 0.1.1 being released and Starship being launched. It's specifically more so Flight 7 of Starship. It should be launching at 5. We're about 13 minutes away and everything still seems to be a go, as they say. And so we'll watch with excitement, and we hope that the team hits this success and milestone today. For those of you who don't follow it too closely, it is a special flight because they will be releasing satellites. Now, granted, they are test, just dummy satellites that they'll be sending out into orbit, but they're just showing a proof of concept, and it gives them a lesson should anything bad happen with this release. They'll get to see what to fix, so to speak. They've changed some aeronautics, or avionics, I should say. The flaps that are often shown, they've got some upgrades. We're going to be seeing what kind of changes that'll do. And then there's the heat shield improvements. The heat shield's always been a constant upgrade type of deal. Definitely something that they want to keep perfecting over and over again. That would be my main concern if I was on that Starship going to Mars, is that heat shield, man. Got to be perfect. And so the other special step is that they will be trying to catch the booster stage, this little part right here. So this is the booster right here, and it stops there. And then this is Starship. This is what goes out into space. This is what goes out into space, and this is what launches it into space and comes back. We're going to be trying to catch this part by catching it with this structure in the arms on these little parts right here. There's little spots for them to go. You've seen the videos before. And so we're just hoping for a good repeat and a proper payload development, sort of a launch of deployment. Sorry, payload deployment. And so with that, let's jump into patch 0.1.1. Not many changes that affect my build here. I've only got one character. Not many changes. Most of the changes are to the maps and are sort of a boon to us. And so myself, I'm just very happy. My only thought was to run to the changes for the uniques and to make sure that my Dusk Vigil staff here would not be affected by anything major, and of course it hasn't. And so we're still set up like we were. If anything, it's a major boost because the maps pretty much are exactly what we want now. More monsters was what made me the most excited, and so giving more monsters on those maps, I am very happy. What did I get out of? Oh yes, over here. Oh, this is where I go to my hideout. No? Yeah, there it is. I was wondering that. I just recently found out that that's how you get this little space. And so let me see here. We're currently watching, sorry, rolling over here. Currently watching with NASA Space Flight. They're a wonderful channel. I love getting notifications that they're doing something. It's always something to learn and to have in the background in my house. As well as SpaceX. Those are parties when SpaceX is doing something. But NASA is just as much fun, but SpaceX is so exciting because of the Starship. Let's get going here. So let's just clear some space. Superior, let's salvage that. Get rid of the support gems. The rings. So these rings right here, think I might be able to do something with them eventually. Adding that many more skills might be something that can be fun. Sort of stack a bunch of skills into those rings. And so away we go. We got 8 minutes until everything should be going. Oh, I forgot. Let me put on some commentary from NASA.
Watch this live. This is really, when we get to that 1 hour mark, this is where we go crazy.
One moment here.
We're still gonna talk about stuff. We're still gonna ramp it up, but I want to see what's going on in chat. Chat, are you guys ready for this? We're coming up on T-minus 1 hour, and I want to see what you are and how excited you are, because at T0, excitement's guaranteed.
Right.
Let's kick it up a notch. Let's go.
See, you guys ready to go?
My apologies. And here we go. Our first change of 1.1.1. We are more zoomed out on this map. And you can zoom in if you so choose to, which is cool. Sure. But there's more zoom out. Now, I was wondering, first thing when they told me this was going to happen, what if I do the same thing and scroll out? Do I get even more zoom? Maybe I need to be not zoomed in while I do it. Oh, let me change my... No. Okay. What you're seeing here are the initial test phases. Each prototype of Starship being developed. Each iteration doing better and better and better. It's a type of process that the government didn't like to do, to invest in failures essentially, but each failure is a lesson, and so you're not investing in failures, you're investing in lessons. Just like every time you die in a waypoint map, you're going to want to learn that lesson and be like, oh, I gotta go slower. We've all done it, we've all said it. So let me just see here, we're keeping an eye out to see if SpaceX goes live. Once again, thanks to everyone who supports the space program. If you work with the space program, you are my hero. Ask anyone who knows me. The amount of excitement I get over this subject is ridiculous. I'm trying to find a way to explore more of the map, so I think I'm just going to go this way and use these two nodes to find out more. Let's warm up with the tier 1. We are not dying. I don't care if it's T1 and I'm not doing a lot of XP. The point is not to level up today. The point is to not die. I'm going to play as if I play hardcore. Or I will try to remember, I should tell myself. Oh yeah, there are the people. Yeah. Give me those demons. Alright, so when you're seeing that outgassing that you see at the base there, that's great. Whoa! No, I couldn't cast that. It wasn't letting me cast. That was super scary. So if you're seeing that outgassing, that's good. That means that things are going well, and they are most likely launching. It's an outgas to ensure there's no built-up pressure within the booster.
Let's go. I'm ready, man.
Sorry if the vocabulary escapes me while I'm commentating. Or if I switch my attention from the game.
And you were there with us. And it's
I would definitely love to drive down to Texas to go see one of these launches one of these days. Maybe this year. Maybe 2025 is the year I do that. We'll see.
Jack in the field. Are we able to talk to him? I know we're going to talk to him in a second. But let's get a picture of you real quick.
Yeah, I feel like with Glenn,
I can't do that yet.
Starship, I'm a bit of a like it's a roller coaster. It's basically like launch, then settle down, and then countdown, then now we're back into launch operation to settle down. And the world, there's a lot happening in the last 6 hours, and honestly, I'm here for it. This is absolutely exciting. We are about to see some steel getting frosty.
Just refresh.
Steel getting frosty is a good way to put it. Alex.
Yes, the steel gets frosty because the fuel is super chilled. I believe it is kind of ethanol. And it's super chilled. A bit more, from what I understand.
I need more time.
And the chilly part of it helps with the cooling of the engines itself. That bell that we all see the engine made of is what we think is the bell is the engine. It's just the bell of the engine. That part gets super hot, so the propellant, the liquid, the gas, the ethanol, I'll call it, it gets pumped through those fins. If I understand correctly, if that's actually the case, I shouldn't be talking about it like that. I'll do the research next time before actually doing the stream. I just saw that both were happening. Both my patch 0.1.1 was being released and Starship was launching, so why not launch a live stream to show how excited and proud I am of both the game and the space industry. Oh. That temporal rift is an absolute true game changer and lifesaver. Whoa! Back away, yeah. It's like a second set of health and mana.
All right, let's go to Jack.
And you can move around the map so quickly
Let me know. There might be a little bit of a
to
delay.
escape
Hopefully I'm not coming
a
through
crowd.
robotic.
Just have to be ready for it. Like this. You gotta know where you're gonna be. You gotta keep track of that. Iron Flay. He'll always bleed periodically. Invulnerability aura is always on when he's around. But he gone. He's gonna be dead. Oh, come on.
Not yet.
There's also a 4K global rate and 60 games for those of you that makes sense to. Hopefully it works. Yeah, it's going to be a good day. If today goes right for me photographically, it's going to be a really good day. But if today goes right for SpaceX, more importantly, it's going to be an even better day because we're going to get one step closer to boots on the moon and eventually Mars.
I'm not seeing SpaceX
Absolutely. Boots on the moon and eventually
stream yet,
Jack,
and
out
so
of the outpost, you're going to see a lot of
we won't get too excited yet. Normally, if there's
there's probably 100 people
an
out
issue
there
with the
today.
launch, it would have
We'll see that. Now, you do know
called it off by now, but hey, I don't work for SpaceX, I don't know. Pumice shell, pumice shell, extra lightning damage. Oh, come on, why? Messing up my butts here. Back. If you haven't noticed, my single target damage is pretty low, but otherwise, my Ember Empress is very comfortable build in my opinion. You just popped out. Now they're all after you, which is what you wanted anyways. Just keep them ignited. These are minions, so they take me a bit more time. Put up the walls. Frost walls are great because when the big guys run into, whoa! Back. When the big guys roll into them, they explode right away. So we got Dire Jaw, he's got extra chaos damage, and he's has Vault of Crag.
I can't do that yet. Need mana.
So many people joining Captain under him and launch strength. We have Astro's Commander, becoming a launch director.
Ooh. Physical damage is sort of my. Uh-oh. We got Dark Grasp. Dark Gasp decided to show up. The cold resistant periodically unleashes lightning and all damages shock. Not chill.
Somewhere off the top 5 of the greatest space station.
Victory is mine.
No. Back.
Can't do that yet.
Too many big guys. Too many physicals.
Yep, that's right. We're also streaming this over on the Twitch channel. Hey, Twitch chat. Hi, everybody.
Yeah, I got myself a Twitch channel. Technically, I have one.
Wall of flame. Not yet.
Ooh, a Valor. I'll take that.
Question, so maybe there's someone in the background being preparing some updates on the planes here. And then we are Alex. There's a question from Michael about
See, aggro. They all get ignited.
I need more time.
Then you time it for a nice comet or frost wall on their way. So the flight was supposed to launch 3 minutes ago.
No mana.
Elon's probably checking out patch 0.1.1.
I can't do that yet.
It's like, hold off the launch 20 minutes. I want to see what this is all about. So we got Ebengard, Shroud Walker, extra fire damage, explodes nearby corpses, and he's always hasty. Always in a hurry. Whoa, 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 whoa. Not fair, not fair, not fair. Whoa, he's got teleport too. No. Oh, Shroud Walker, yeah. Just soon as he attacked. As soon as he appeared, he attacked, I should say. Sorry. I'm just taking it slow. Take it slow.
Not yet.
Not level 93 hardcore player. Pretty good.
Die forgotten.
Just such a nice day out here. God, I'd spend more time in Brownsville if it was like this all the time.
Have some hot cocoa ready when we get up there. That'd be nice, EJ. We'll go up there and just kind of sit down and launch it. None of that's gonna happen. We got.
Will of the Marrakesh.
Back.
we have more questions here about why they
I don't think we heard anything.
I need more time.
I heard it a lot there. That was a lot more than I wanted. As soon as I lose mobility, I am in trouble. Or if they have high speed or high mobility themselves, I have trouble. So we've got Gloom, Alabaster Slither. He's accurate. He's got powerful minions. He periodically unleashes lightning. He has stun. And we have Gloom Scrabbler the Toxic. He's lightning. Come on. Always poisons.
I need more time.
I like this. He's good. Whoa! Oh no 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 no!
Ship should begin in about 3 minutes from now as well. So that's one of the other steps here on the countdown as well as we tick down to
No,
that
no,
lift
no,
off
no,
time
no, no.
in 46 minutes. But
I'm trying to
as,
listen to this, talk
for
and play.
these,
I'm not used to it. I'll get good. I'll get good. Keep
hang
going.
on, I just completely forgot the question.
Where
I
was I
in the
anyways?
middle
Where
of
am I?
answering it, and then I just concentrated on the
Where lightning protection system?
yeah, okay, the lightning. Okay, yeah. So here at Starbase, it's not as sort of stormy, I guess, and you don't see as many lightnings.
We'll
as
take
you
more
see, for
strong
example, at
boxes.
Florida. So that's something that you see at Florida pads. But if you look at
Where's
the
my
pads,
hits?
it's very rare,
Oops.
and they still have lightning, right? But the chances are a lot lower, and that's why they don't have their systems. So Starbase, we think it's pretty much the same in that case. We do have that tower at the top
Oh man.
tower, but we think that is the other tower.
Oh, cold!
But like, it doesn't seem like
Wasn't thinking about using my temporal rift when I was fighting them. I should have been using that better.
I can't do that yet.
It's a new spell.
guess what?
Gotta give it some time to
There's lots of lightning.
get into that memory.
Yeah, all of the lightning.
No, 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 no.
I can't do that yet.
We don't know what.
Yeah, they're probably testing more
The Mullen the Woe Bearer siphons my flasks. He's slow resistant as well. No,
Sam, take you!
if it were something that they may need completely, that they really want a lot of, then you would see a lot of people that they don't have and one of the things that we're starting to see already is that that is a potential is crossing and watch out for that particular right above it, you can see those words. The question of
Not yet. The death comes.
I think I see both acceleration now also on the methane tank.
Not yet.
And I think I see a confirmed crossbow now on the launch tank bucket. So I think we can, with very good confidence, say here that the ship, both tanks
I
of the
can't
ship
do
are
that
being
yet.
because that there's clear discoloration.
Bristlemoil the Merciless. Temporal bubble, slow resistant, periodically unleashes lightning, and damage goes to his minion first. I don't know what that is.
Not yet.
That's an even bigger question, I guess. For
Forgotten.
that they developed first, right? It's mostly methane. Other companies use methane as well, especially for their boosters, like we saw with New Blend. Stoke Space is also using methane on their Nova rocket. It's also a fully reusable rocket that they're developing. So lots of different companies are trying out methane. Quite exciting times, because those methane plumes, when we see those engines ignite, we see blue, we see pink, we see different colors that we have not seen in the past, and it's really exciting. I'm really looking forward to that in 40 minutes.
Yeah, it's
One
gonna be a
second
lot
here.
of
I'll
fun.
be right back with you
And,
guys.
you know,
Some people mentioning as well that you can make methane on Mars, by the way. You can also make hydrogen, but hydrogen is also lower density, just to mention that as well.
And as we pass the T-minus 40, we're just about 30 seconds away from T-minus 40 minutes. A lot of the things that I see on the ship, I see on the ship.
Wall of flame.
On it, and I've pre-ordered my pack. As Dos was talking about, he had the final stage in the back. So I didn't. I can't wait to add it. Got that
Yeah, roar, roar, lightning, mirages when hit. No, wait, we got two uniques again, or two rares. Ichor roar, lightning mirages when hit, and he'll break your armor. We have Gore roar, he'll damage his minions first. Periodically unleashes fire, and increases area of effects.
Die forgotten.
So good.
cold gas? Is that cold gas, right? Because if it was hot, it would be igniting.
Yeah, usually, I mean, technically that's not cold. But cold gas and coolidge gas that they use is hot. The difference there is that gas
Thankful rift for the save. That was not a good spot for me to get myself into.
They cannot rely all the time on just events and mechanics. For those some very strong and so they're gonna need that protection power.
So as we know, you the boss line there.
Oh, we got some rare. All damage ignites. Plague harvesters of ignition. Come on, booster ignition. That's what I want, though. Stop playing the new patch, Elon, and go launch your rocket.
They have started now. If I'm not mistaken, because I'm looking at all the other features and it looks like the Elon vent is stopped. So that means all colors on the rocket
Alright, got some shocking minions, some foul jowls, all damage shocks. He's elementally resistant, our least favorite, and does extra fire damage. No big deal. Okay, so we can take him.
Because the timeline is at 35 minutes for the slot.
Victory is mine.
So, and then another thing that I should mention, the ship itself also has a set of headers. It's actually one that is right at the tip of the nose of the ship.
Not yet.
I
have no space for that.
Superior.
To the, much closer to the T0. I believe in previous times it's being around T-15.
Damn it. That was close.
85 minutes.
That was stupid.
And they stop the load at that point, and then they transition to the header tanks. The header tanks are loaded, and then they load the remaining 15% or so of the main tanks. And so that's one of the things that we're also going to see here as we approach that roughly T-minus 15-minute mark.
We're taking our time. We're gonna farm these items too.
On the tip of the nose cone. It's gonna be exciting, y'all, because we're gonna get a really active rocket here. Like you can already see that the tank farm is going bonkers. The tanks are already getting frosty. We're gonna get lots of venting from the rocket. Like it's just gonna become a monster, you know, waking up essentially.
What are the vents on the side of the booster and like, the pressure's building?
That one's not
Is that what they're
bad.
doing? Kind of releasing pressure as it builds up?
So
We'll keep it.
So there are different kind of vents. What you see there right now there on the right side is of course just condensation. Sometimes they also open the vents because, well, it comes a bit with the problem that there is still ambient air in that booster, right? So if you want to put more propellants in there, at some point you also have to release that ambient gas and ambient air, otherwise they just run to the point where there's too much pressure in that booster. So it's a constant, it's kind of breathing. The rocket kind of starts to breathe, and it breathes out ambient air and the already boiled off gaseous propellants, and it and breathes in the new propellants, the liquid propellants. It's kind of that flow, and the rule of thumb there is if it's used a bit of like mist, that's usually condensation. If it's a vent with purpose, it has some force. That's a controlled vent to control pressure.
And Alex, you don't know this, but I'm going to ask you this question anyway. Here you go. What are they doing in the control room during this process?
Well, they are controlling everything, right? that's probably a very silly answer, but it's true, right? It's named the launch control room because of that. They're looking at all of the parameters, all of the different things are going on. The tank farm with the vehicles, the weather, everything essentially. Also the range, you know, boats in the area, planes in the area, all of those things. Once the rocket does happen, everything is right to all of that
Give us the roof.
Well, yeah, I made it up here, and we got a blue shot all the way to Starship. I can see the net farming out coming off the vehicle. It's a little bit hazy up here, but we got a pretty clean view, don't we?
It's a pretty clean view. I'll take it, EJ. I've seen worse.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm in a cloud right now, and
Yeah.
there's not very many clouds. There's no clouds above us. It's just some ground haze, and I really wonder if a lot of it's not wind blowing, roiling all this up.
We got two enemies,
I'll take
two
it.
rares together.
We're up
We're
here.
gonna clear the space around them.
I'm heading up there.
We're gonna play safe. No, mana draining's the worst. You run. Mana draining leaves me completely helpless. Almost. My ember's still fire, but much, much, much lower. So Shadow T periodically explodes with cold, crit resistance, siphons mana, deals lightning damage, extra crits.
Up here, it's not the worst it's ever been. It's coming from behind.
Leave my mana alone.
I'm doing just fine, man.
Gonna put a bunch of ice frost walls everywhere. You'll have to go through them.
Well, we were up here, people all the way down along the park, people lined up along the beach. A lot of people wondering what the value is up here next to it. But just by as the counter continues to count. Alex, you'll notice one thing, our environment up here is really fun. Watch the clock, you're not so don't miss anything, please. Jump right in and let me know what's going on. I'm gonna mind my cameras, and you'll mind background information. So like,
I have no space for that.
We will send you updated. Right now we're in a situation where all 4 tanks are loading, so it's
Out of mana.
because of course until these 4 tanks are all the way loaded, we are in a bit of a more steady state here. But once we get into this ramp up and all of these kind of final little steps, we will certainly chime in again.
Good deal. Just don't hesitate to let us know. How you feeling, DJ?
I am feeling just fine, man. Everything looks good to me. Once we saw that tank
Refresh
farm
this
going,
and
I mean,
see.
I got a little nervous with that 37-minute
Oh, here
push.
we go.
Yeah.
But now, once the
We
tank
got SpaceX.
To deliver high-speed, low-latency broadband internet,
There we
providing
go.
access to people around the world, many who have never had connectivity before. Starlink now serves more than 119 countries, territories, and other markets. And here at SpaceX, we've been developing Starlink's communication capability for humans on Earth, but for astronauts in space. Our recent Polaris Dawn mission, we deployed a high-speed internet connection in Dragon for the very first time. Here's a quick look at how that went.
Starlink is an amazing confluence of programs at SpaceX. So we have,
have
a
no
whole
space
corner
for
of
that.
the company that
Beautiful.
owns and operates a multiple thousand satellite constellation to
fire.
provide internet to people on Earth. So Dragon was modified for Polaris Dawn to have a laser and a Star Trekker inside of the trunk. And then it will obtain internet, both uplink and downlink, through that laser link. And it's connected to a Wi-Fi router, just like you would have in your house.
Getting online with Starlink was super easy. It was just like getting it online at home, and even easier, perhaps. It just connected automatically and works seamlessly.
Marrow Claw, the Slayer,
Just
Energy Shield Aura, always poisons, conjures
the
lightning storms,
Starlink
and
performance
is
on orbit
evasive.
blew us away. It enabled us to talk directly with mission control team, and it also enabled us two-way video connection with our families back at home. It was an incredible
complete.
resource.
One of my favorite memories is, all 4 of us in different parts of the spacecraft on phones with our earpieces talking to our families. Get to show them the perspective that we have of Earth. It was very cool to bring them into the mission that way.
I was able to show my kids and my husband, what it looked like to be floating in space. I got to show them out the window. Well, my husband even exclaimed that at one point we hung up the call and he called back and I answered and he was like, I called space.
Starlink
One
on
second.
Dragon is
Just-
something that we want to include because we have this company within SpaceX that has space-based internet. So what not a better way to test space-based internet in space?
From connecting astronauts in space to providing high-speed internet to more than 4.6 million active customers
give
here
you
on Earth,
checkpoints in this
the
match.
Starlink
They
team
always-
is laser-focused on expanding coverage, increasing speeds, and lowering latency so that we can connect as many as possible around the world and beyond. Last year, we activated Starlink in 27 new markets and are now covering a global area home to 2.8 billion people, including those who live in some of the most remote places on Earth. To meet the growing global demand for high-speed internet, SpaceX opened a new 700,000 square foot factory in Bastrop, Texas, and introduced Starlink Mini as well as an upgraded version of the Starlink Standard Kit. The SpaceX team also achieved an unprecedented launch cadence, conducting 134 Falcon launches, with 89 dedicated to expanding the Starlink constellation. With each launch, Starlink adds more capacity to the constellation and continues to expand its coverage, connecting even more people in underserved and hardest to reach areas of the globe. Now, while our mission to connect the unconnected is far from complete, you can check out some of the Starlink team's highlights from 2024 and learn more about how our customers are furthering Starlink's impact around the world at starlink.com/stories. And a little bit closer to home, we do have a few updates for those impacted by the fires here in Southern California. So far, the Starlink team has provided about 1,350 free kits to fire departments and other disaster response organizations from down in Orange County all the way up to Malibu. That is in addition to applying free Starlink service for thousands of customers impacted by the fires all across the Los Angeles area. And just as critically, since enabling our direct-to-cell satellites with T-Mobile, more than 120,000 text messages have been sent, allowing those in impacted areas to reach loved ones, text 911, or receive emergency alerts. I've never been prouder to be an employee at SpaceX for moments like that where we can help the people and community around us. Make sure to follow at Starlink on X for updates as we continue to work with local response teams, and check out starlink.com/LA wildfires for more information on these efforts. But back to today's flight test. One of our objectives is to return the booster to the launch site where it will be caught by the tower as we did on flight test 5. So let's head back to Dan and Kate for a catch primer.
Thanks, Jesse. We are now T-minus 8 minutes and 40 seconds until liftoff. Flight controllers on console there in the building just behind Dan and I. You can actually see the rocket in the distance at the pad 6 miles away. Our excitement is growing. I already am not sure if I'm going to be able to remain coherent after witnessing this, so looking forward to it.
You'll be all right. You'll be all right. Just a quick status check. The ship fully loaded in its main tanks on LOX and fuel. We're going to load the header tanks, and booster is going to be closing out real soon as well. Let's talk about that second catch attempt, though. So we're going to use the tower's 2 gigantic robotic arms, call them the chopsticks, same thing we used to stack Starship onto Super Heavy for all the integration ahead of a flight, and that's what we use to catch by moving stuff like landing legs from the booster to the ground side. It's a lighter booster, means you can carry more into space.
Now, in a nominal operational scenario following liftoff and after the 2 stages separate in flight, Super Heavy will return to the launch site, reignite its engines to slow the vehicle down, and the tower's arms will catch the rocket booster.
And just to get to this point, just like before, thousands of distinct vehicle pad criteria have to be met prior to that return and catch. We need healthy systems on the booster, healthy systems on the tower, and manual command from our mission flight director for the day. If we don't send that command before the boost back burn ends, or if any of those automated checks kick us out, that's what happened on Flight 6, the Super Heavy booster will divert to an offshore trajectory, and it'll go out and do a landing burn and a soft splashdown in the Gulf of Mexico.
Now, we have said it before, but it remains true today. We accept no
I appreciate
compromises
anyone
when
who
it
does
comes
tune in to
ensuring
watch.
the safety of the public and our team, and that return will only take place if the conditions are right.
And one of the unique aspects of Starship flights is the return and the catch of that Super Heavy booster and the audible sonic boom that it comes with it in the area around the return location. General impact to anyone in the area is just a brief thunder-like noise, but it definitely lets you know it's coming.
Oh yeah, it's something our neighbors in Cape Canaveral, Florida and Vandenberg, California have become accustomed to over the years, and now we're bringing the boom to Boca. So here's a peek of what to expect.
As I mentioned earlier, we have Starship, Raptor, and Starlink employees here fully invested in this flight test. And of course, many other SpaceX employees also here across our site supporting their teammates. Every flight test has been pretty unique, and we're all very excited for another round of firsts, but I'm pretty sure the crowd is looking forward to potentially watching those chopsticks catch another booster. So let's see how excited they are today.
wonder how many PoE players there are in there.
We are all very excited here. We're going to send it back to you at Starbase for the final minutes of the countdown. Kate and Dan.
All right, thank you, Jesse. So you just tuned in under 5 minutes ago. You picked the right time to do it. Just a quick status check. So we're almost fully loaded on the booster. We'll be fully loaded on the ship, fully loaded on the booster coming up soon. Our range team just reported that we're going to go in the range. That's super important for our security guys. Mike, Kyle, Nick, the whole team out there in the elements, making sure everything's clear, doing a fantastic job. And we are coming up on 4 minutes and looking good for launch.
Yeah, certainly exciting. Now, we do have an opportunity to minus 40 seconds if necessary.
Poison
This
is
a chance for us
deadly.
to perform additional checks if necessary. If we, need to repressurize some tanks, or if there's a wayward vessel in the range last minute, opportunity to clear it out. But everything currently looking good. Now, once we pass T-minus 40 seconds, a number of events will occur in rapid succession.
Periodic fire explosion, explodes nearby corpses. That's what was getting
Ship
me
will
there.
go to internal power. After that, the quick disconnect or QD arm lockout is removed in preparation for retraction, which will happen shortly after T0. And yeah, once we pass T-minus 40 seconds, we do have the ability. We have the ability to recycle the count under certain conditions back to that T-minus 40 second mark and hold there to assess what happened and assess opportunity to proceed again to T0.
We got 3 minutes to lift off.
Both usually one of the items where we are tracking right now.
Something's hidden. There it is. Meat tusk. Shroud Walker and regenerates life. Ooh, those ones we have to hit hard. Fast.
There are items that if we pass
Regenerate life, just bad. There we go, and exalt that.
Water begins flowing back to the 10-second mark. We scrub at any point after that. We'll be done for the day. And then teams will need to refill the deflector as well as all of our prop that we use to load on board the vehicle. It's pretty much just under 11 million pounds of prop sitting on that thing right now. And we can actually recycle in about 24 hours now.
Which is incredible given the sheer volume of propellant that is on board the vehicle there on your screen.
All right, coming up on the 2-minute mark. Again, a lot of ambitious things on the plate for Starship today.
T-minus 2 minutes.
New ship, new year, a lot of upgrades. Doing a lot of ambitious things in space this time. Our first payload deployed, relighting a Raptor engine.
Yeah.
Good.
So as we mentioned before, we have an opportunity to hold at T-minus 40 seconds, not tracking any issues at the moment that would be necessary right now. So fingers crossed we can pass through that checkpoint without stopping. But the folks on console are continuing to evaluate the launch commit criteria, making sure that the winds are within limits as well as any other restrictions. But man, compared to yesterday, this is a textbook gorgeous day.
Oh yeah, little breezy today, but we got clear blue skies for a launch today. So at this point, all the props have been loaded on the vehicle. We've closed everything out. We're doing our final thrust vector control, or steering the engine checkout.
I want to catch lift off. I'll be distracted.
We'll hear the flight director give the final go for launch. For a minute. As we said, we're not expecting a hold at T-minus 40, but do not be shocked if that happens. It has happened in the past, and we can hang out there for a couple of minutes.
Not yet. Memory serves me right.
We hold my breath for 40 seconds.
Pass through prop load gate.
All right, we passed through that prop load gate.
Hot diggity dog.
All right, we got 35 seconds.
We're going to let our flight director, Ty take it away.
Go for launch.
And 20 seconds.
15.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift off.
Switching downrange.
Yeah, go. Go, go, go.
All right, we're more than 30 seconds
Speed
into flight.
just
Telemetry
doesn't
showing
stop
33 out of
climbing,
33
man.
engines as it's pitching down
Crazy.
Booster chip, avionics power, and telemetry nominal.
So this is
Here, good
one thing
call-outs
that
on the
most
ship and booster
folks
avionics.
don't know
You just
about
heard the rumble hitting
is
us
how
about 6 miles away.
rockets don't go
Watch the
straight up.
Starship arc into just
They'll go straight up for a little
endless
bit, but then they'll
blue skies
tilt.
right now.
To then go in a sort of circular
Vehicle
motion
supersonic.
around the Earth. That's
More
where
than a
they
minute into
pick
flight,
up that
the vehicle's
speed.
supersonic.
And with enough speed, you don't fall back to Earth, and you're technically in orbit.
Max Q.
And so, although we go
So we just
up
passed
a
through
whole lot,
max Q. That's the greatest stress the
That's just
vehicle's
within
going
the
to
bounds of what we can
experience
see.
on the way uphill. Reminder that all of our teams down here on the ground are now looking at systems on the tower. They just did a manual check through. That's going to inform that
so
manual
here,
flight director
let me
decision.
remove myself from the picture.
Next moment coming up, though, is going to be hot staging. Don't take your eyes off it. It's one heck of a light show.
Yeah, I know. I want to get out of the
What
way.
a
1 second,
gorgeous
guys.
ascent.
6 ship engines getting ready to ignite. That's going to happen while we're still attached.
We can still see the ship's engines from the ground.
Take that away.
Got a little under 30 seconds away from that. We are hearing good call outs on the tower preparedness from the manual checks. Reminder though, we've still got automated checkouts on the booster and the ship itself.
There you go. Now you can see.
As of right now, our manual checks and our
Better.
manual commanding is looking go for a catch.
Booster engine cut off.
That
Once
is
again,
incredible news.
sorry I'm not actually ready
Just
for
heard the
this.
call out for
I was
booster,
surprised that
engine
Nico.
this
cut
was
off.
Engine
happening.
startup.
Most engines cut off, down to those
Stage
middle
separation.
3.
Right there. So you sort of push the other one off, and then the other one goes, okay, I'll go do my own thing. And it flies back to Earth. It may be caught. It may not be. And we might get a water
All right,
landing.
hot stage
Ship pressure, chamber
confirmed.
pressure is
We've got a
nominal.
booster hopefully on our way back to us, and a ship now making its ascent burn into space. How's it going in Hawthorne, Jesse?
It's great over here. You can hear the crowd screaming for every milestone. The booster is now making its way back down to Earth. Looks like we have 12 of those 13 engines ignited. We're using the engines that actually gimbal.
We
So
are go for booster return.
an
Gimbals means
excellent
they
call
can
out
do
there.
this.
We are go
So
for
the
booster
engines
return.
normally stick.
Power and telemetry
These ones
nominal.
do.
There's a lot of criteria that needed to line up to ensure that we could have a
Booster
safe
burn shutdown.
booster catch, and it sounds like we got the go for that. And there you can see on your screen, we had we just jettisoned the hot stage, and there's a great, excellent view there of the hot stage floating away from the super heavy booster. Now we've shut down the engines for that boost back burn. That confirms boost back burn is now complete. That was the first of 2 burns required for the vehicle to make its way back down to Earth. And next coming up will be the landing burn. That's going to be 13 of those center engines igniting again. And that will then go down from 13 down to 3 engines just right before we touch down for that booster catch. Now, reminder, our stage 1 objectives are to have a controlled ascent, stage separation, as well as a controlled boost back burn and hot stage as well. So we're looking good for that so far. Some great views there from the ship of Earth. That looks incredible. Now, Starship's ship is still firing its engines right now.
Starship trajectory nominal.
And great call outs. Starship trajectory is nominal. You can follow along the telemetry, the altitude, in the bottom left-hand corner for the Super Heavy booster, as well as the bottom right-hand corner for the ship. And these views are just amazing. Again, the booster is currently making its way back to the tower today. So we're looking forward to a booster catch with the chopsticks. And in the meantime, you can see those grid fins there, helping to control the vehicle and guide it back to its landing site.
Booster FTS is
Those
saved.
fins right there, that's what
And
they're
with that, we're
talking
going to hand it
about.
back. How's it going over there, Dan
Depending on
and
how
Kate?
they
How are you
angle,
doing, Kate? Seeing that in
there's
person?
more surface area
You know,
affecting the
Dan had to take that entire
rubbing
segment
with the air,
because I couldn't talk.
which can
That
affect
was
the direction of
incredible.
the object that's
we
falling.
can see the booster
through
coming
the
back
air.
in now through the plume. At least it looks that way to us. It's incredible that it basically returned.
So this is a
it looks like a speeding,
camera view of the
just like
top
this silver
of
flare,
the booster.
coming back to the once again we are standing by
Look at how
for,
fast that's going.
attempting to catch the booster at the tower. This would be the second
you have-
tower catch.
Landing
Yes, yes. Everything good.
C-13 engines.
The engine's lit. We saw that all the engines lit. That's why it was good. There we go.
Booster
We got
now
control.
hovering as it aligns with the tower for catch.
Coming in. No, it's coming
Booster
great.
coming in.
I was gonna say a little hot,
Ready
but
for that
nope.
boom, Kate.
Down to 3 engines.
Piece of cake.
Booster ready for trip.
They make it look so easy.
Megazilla has caught the booster.
Make it look so easy. Like, yeah, just comes out and goes, oh. Why weren't we doing this before, right?
You heard it here. Megazilla has caught the booster.
Megazilla is what they call
Once
this
again, for the
building.
second time, a successful catch by the launch tower. This is the
So
same
now
tower, the
all
launch
that
pad where
hardware
that booster took off from just 7.5 minutes
Be
ago.
reworked on and to
Great view
send back up.
from the chopstick
Oh, is that it,
arms,
Brown?
looking
Oh, look at it.
those
It's rocking back and
hypersonic grid fins that
forth.
steer the booster
Is it
for that
rocking back and
precision
forth?
landing.
Or is that... Hold on.
It
It
almost
looked like it was
flapping its
rocking back and
wings.
forth as
See
opposed
just
to
how
the
small that catch fetting
the
is
fins
too,
turning.
on something that's just so massive.
You have to imagine that thing.
That
So
was
go
absolutely
outside
insane.
if you live in a city. Look at a structure that's about
We're not done, but
We're
wait,
not
there's
done
more.
yet.
rough estimates of 13, 14 stories high. Find one. And that's how
Wow,
big this thing
that
is.
is just absolutely stunning.
I don't have an example for how like wide it is, but like it's
And this, of
tall.
course, a
This thing's a
gorgeous view
building.
there from the tower looking down at the top.
Like flat
of
out
the
a building. This
booster.
thing's a building. It could be like many stories high. You could put an elevator in this thing.
All right, and we are tracking.
And so
Now we're
right now
standing by
they will
for,
be paying attention
views from the ship, but who can take their eyes off
about
of
the
that
ship up in
incredible
space, but
sight? That is once again
that right
the
there,
second catch
pretty
of a
crazy.
booster back at the launch tower. It was incredible to see it come back down, just this silver flare in the sky, and we can still see the launch plume behind us. And wow, that we definitely I can't speak for you, Dan, but that was very moving for me.
Yeah, and right now you can see some of the telemetry on those ship engines has gone out, and we're waiting for an update on what our ship status is. We were approaching that ship engine cutoff time, so just waiting to hear. So obviously we've got booster back, booster on the launch tower in the chopstick arms, but we are waiting to get an update now on the ship. As we were expecting ship engine cutoff about 40 seconds ago. We saw some of those engines start to go out prior to that point. And so right now we are just standing by to try and get the latest word
stone shell the glistening
on where
is
we
hasted
are with ships. So
and
stick with
energy
us for just a
shield
couple of
aura.
minutes as we wait to hear some updates.
Now, if you just recently joined us, you might want to hit rewind and go back about 9-10 minutes ago to when Starship lifted off from the launch tower that you see there. We had a gorgeous ascent followed by a stage separation where the ship separated from the super heavy booster. The booster performed a flip maneuver and returned back to the Gulf Coast here. There you can see it on your screen. Obviously a successful catch back at the launch tower, which is something that we were all hoping to see and really couldn't ask for a more beautiful background with those blue skies and blue water there. As Dan said, we are standing by for an update on the ship that had ignited its engines and started making its way up to space. So standing by for more info on that. But wow, what an experience
Additional
to
projectiles,
see that take
siphons
off,
my flasks,
and for that booster to come back.
with lightning, but
you can see it there up close
stuck
on your
on a
screen
tree.
to the place that it launched from. Once again, there were thousands of catch commit criteria, which is basically just all the things that we have to assess and evaluate and basically make sure that they are make sure that everything is clear and acceptable conditions both on the vehicle side as well as the tower side in order to enable that catch. So obviously from the last two flights that we have done where the flight 6 we attempted but had to divert into the ocean, and then on flight 5 we did have the first ever successful catch of the booster. We used the learnings of those two flights to hone in that catch commit criteria, and we saw success today, which is pretty awesome.
And just a quick status check. So we currently do not have comms with the ship, so
that's not good. By now it should
trying
have.
to figure out exactly when that happened and exactly what happened. So obviously the flight controllers right now going through their data, looking to make sure it's not anything instrumentation on the ship, but actually try and get us a status. So again, we're gonna keep listening in on this. We'll give you an update as soon as we have a little bit more. So for now, stage 1 back in the tower, waiting to find out a little bit more about stage 2.
All right, so you heard the man. We're just waiting to hear from the Starship side that went out into outer space, or sorry, into orbit, not outer space. And so once they hear back from it, we'll know more. Hopefully it didn't have a rapid, unscheduled disassembly. Meanwhile, we shall enjoy patch 1, or patch 1.
So if you are
patch
just
point
tuning in,
1.1.
we caught a booster, but we are still waiting to find out a little bit more on the ship. So it had successfully separated to get that
Horror Sting. Damage is taken from minion first. Oh, damage is
Go, mana! Take you!
Information to understand where we stand with the ship, but as Dan mentioned before, teams are trying to make sure that it's not an instrumentation error. We want to find out if it's, if we can just lose communication.
Back, creature!
So, to figure out what we can find out, and we're going to listen in and find out more information to share as we can. But as we said before, you can see it there on your screen.
Oh, talking advanceability. Guns. We got gold maw. We're not close. Whoa! Can't do anything.
Not yet.
Especially if it's got poison.
Will of the Marrakesh.
Fine.
To learn as all the systems are now interacting with each other.
I can't do that yet. I can't.
No! No! I was trying to teleport out.
So we are assuming
I messed that up. That was my fault.
But we are standing by to confirm that, and once we can, we will. This was a new version of the ship, of Starship, and it was intentionally designed and flown in order to basically test the envelope, as we have done with every one of these test flights. To understand the boundaries and the maximums for the ability of this vehicle to fly. We always knew that excitement is guaranteed today, success not guaranteed. And so yeah, we are standing by to see if we can learn more about the status of the ship.
That must be why. We're all set to the wrong. So now. What's wrong with my frost walls now? I can't believe I died again. Terror fan. Follows the frag and always poisons.
I can't do that yet. Victory is mine. I need more time.
Math got harder. Just me. Got harder for my build, that's for sure.
Fall before me.
While it fits the brutal, prevents recovery above 50% and is
sweat.
Sticker Claw is lightning resistant and has haste there. Bad, bad, bad. We do not like haste around here. That. No, 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 no.
Not yet. Away with you. No mana.
Catch at the launch tower, which was
I need more time.
Yeah, Ring Growl the Malignant causes lightning storm as increased area of attack. And lightning mirages will hit because of the models. Everything poisons here.
Die, forgotten.
Looks like this might be it right now. SpaceX. Well, congratulations, SpaceX, on landing the booster. I didn't catch what was happening to the Starship, but hopefully everything is fine. And so for now, we shall put that aside. Oops. No, not me. There we go. Alright. Back to patch 0.1.1.
Back, creature!
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Not yet. Need mana.
Good. Brutal Collar prevents recovery about 50%, is resistant, and Dragon Walker. Shoot. Ah. Go.
You will burn!
So many poisoning shots, man.
Not yet.
Whoa, I only had a lot of... 2 seconds. Not Elon, I want to call him the king. Yeah, I got that. That unique had a lot of things. That rare. Just died. Chaos resistant, Cloud Walker, hasted, periodic cold explosion. Extra damage and a haste oil. That's what was giving us trouble.
Didn't break a sweat. Out of mana. Not yet. By Garukan! can't do that yet.
Unique. I call them unique, but I think they're called rare. Well, that purple stuff is terrifying. Auric Beard.
I need more time.
Got Bald Lance, Break Armor, Bald Frag. No. Did that, buddy.
Die forgotten. I'm carrying enough already.
May have to take a quick break after this map.
I can't do that yet.
Oh no. Bad.
Desert fire. Wild beast. Not yet.
How many? 2, 3, 3 rares?
Didn't break a sweat.
Wow, how many?
No mana.
Lightning rod hit. Cold damage and fire damage, extra physical damage aura. You get any more extra? The waypoint.
Need mana.
It's taken me a minute or two to get used to the new populations on the map. Let me get rid of those stones. that's what I find this build really revolves around. Being able to control.
Indeed. What can I do for you?
So now, being that there's more of them. Ooh. Increase fire, increase spell. That's a lot. 100. Increase spell, increase fire. That's still not all the way. The spell's max. Fire damage is mid. It's still really good. I'm gonna keep that one. Why? I don't know. Probably won't be using that. I'm sorry I keep missing everyone that visits.
Until next time. What is it?
That's what I want to do. ADHD for saving my logbooks. I'm not going to be using them up until I know exactly what I'm doing, because I am not the best player there is. That is for sure. Use these ones up. Finish this waystone.
Desert fire!
Something over.
I can't do that yet.
Whoa. Nope. No, that's too much poison. commando on the cows right now. And I did 2 deaths ago. Hopefully there's some minions.
Out of mana!
There it is. The Wrath Lash. Great armor. Cold resistance, lightning resistance. And that's just the damage.
Thank you!
Stayed up long enough.
More time. Stand, have you?
Alright, so that's going to be it for today. Bit of a short stream compared to my other ones. I appreciate you stopping in if you did. If you didn't, please come take a look later. And so this is your captain signing out. Until next time, keep getting those drops, and I hope your builds are evolving very nicely. Take care.